Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new series that I'd like to call Strange Stories in Gaming. This is going to be a show about some of the more unexpected stories that have happened to gamers or because of gamers. We've talked about fanboys and we talked about anti-consumerism, but you wouldn't believe some of the things you're about to hear in this series. Let's begin. So according to a Kotaku article back in 2015, a 16-year-old kid was stabbed for playing video games. The article explains that a 16-year-old in Gifu, Japan went to visit his friend to play games with him. They stayed up late and at about 2:10 a.m., 38-year-old Shigetaka Ishimoto allegedly barged into the house, found a knife, and stabbed the 16-year-old in the head. Ishimoto was arrested but denied ever using the knife. The article goes on to explain that the walls of some Japanese houses are very thin and neighbors getting upset about noise isn't new, especially to the point of violence. According to the police, the suspect had warned the kids before to be quiet, allegedly getting angry, and he even told them not to play games at night. On the day of the incident, Ishimoto complained that the kids were being too noisy and apparently seemed intoxicated. According to the article, none of the kids were hurt. The suspect was under investigation on suspicion of burglary and, of course, entering a premise without permission. From what I've researched, this is all the information we have. Now, this is crazy to me. To think that I could get a place like a duplex and be gaming and have it be too loud, or myself be too loud, which, honestly, I'm a pretty quiet gamer, but just the idea that I could piss someone off so much that someone could actually go as far as attempted murder. Now I can see loud noises at 2 a.m. being an issue. I get woken up in the middle of the night because my idiot neighbors are honking their boat horn, which for some reason is something they do every now and then. It's just nuts how much self-control we lose when we're tired and inebriated. But more than that, my attention was brought to the place that this happened in, Gifu, Japan. Japan is a beautiful country, but as you can expect, it can get a bit crowded, and according to the behavioral sink, this can make people go mad. If you don't know what the behavioral sink is, it's a term coined by ethologist John B. Callahan. The idea was simple. Lower populations tend to mean happier residents. People are happier to see other people when it's more rare to see them, but as the population grows, people start hating others more and more. The experiment was actually put into practice to demonstrate how it works. A collection of about 32 to 56 rodents were put in a 10 by 14 foot case in a barn in Montgomery County. They had plenty of food, plenty of space, and no worries when it came to predators. The rats were happy. They then took that data and placed the rodents in a 1 by 1 inch square cage with only enough food and water to support the rodents that were already there. As the rodents populated, space as well as food became an issue, and this mouse paradise was quickly on its way to extinction, as they were killing each other. Now, the reason this bothers me so much is these rats and mice, they're primal animals. They don't think like humans do, they're instinctual, but when I hear of people acting this way because of their conditions, despite our higher intellect, it just kind of gets to me a bit. Humans are fragile, but also resilient, and we can relate this to our minds as well. But I'll move away from the philosophical for a bit and talk about my take on the actual story. Firstly, as far as I was able to research, the 16-year-old kid is okay, which, holy hell, you took a knife to the head and recover?
Yeah! Roblox! Yeah!
What did I say about the noise?
Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, start!
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah! Get out of here! Roblox!
But besides that, it's Ishimoto that I think... Is it bad to say I can relate? I wouldn't kill anyone over noise, God forbid, at least I hope I wouldn't, even if I was intoxicated, but every now and then when I'm having a game session with my friends and everyone starts talking over each other, that sends me from zero to stressed out faster than anything. Actually, my friend who's in college at the moment told me about his roommate. Apparently, he played League of Legends and got really loud. Loud cussing, loud screaming, calling his roommates awful names at the top of his lungs, and I swear to God, as a YouTuber who works on scripts, not only likes but needs my focus, and sincerely, it's imperative to have a quiet space when I'm recording especially, and to have a roommate like that? Hell, if my brother did that, yeah, there'd be fights, but I think my brother and I would mostly be vocal. I don't know if I'd ever come to blows with him over noise unless he just didn't stop. But I'm trying to put myself in Ishimoto's situation. I'm drunk, or at least intoxicated by something. Let's say it's alcohol. My head is spinning a bit. Maybe I don't feel well. I'm 38, so I have a job to go to in the morning, and these kids next door are being loud. I just still don't think I would have gone that far. I think the farthest I could have gone in the right mind was knocking on the door and telling them to stop being loud. I find reasoning with people helps a whole lot more than yelling at them, but then again, this guy obviously wasn't in the right mind. Gaming is one of the least aggressive hobbies I can personally think of, but danger can be much closer than you think. Be careful, or you just might be in the next Strange Stories in Gaming.